Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to VR Essentials, where today we're going to be doing some live stream gameplay using the DPVR E4 with Assetto Corsa. So is it going to do okay? Are the graphics going to be okay? Is the computer going to be able to handle it? And does everything work? I've never tested it with Assetto Corsa. It will be a very first here today live together. So let's find out together in a few minutes. All right, there we go. 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome to VR Essentials. For those who haven't joined the channel yet or have never been to the channel, very big welcome to you. We do a lot of VR gaming here, especially a lot of live streams, and we talk about all the interesting stuff about VR and the industry, AR, XR, and all these kind of different things. So nice to meet you. If it's your first time here to the channel, we're going to be reading some comments from all of you, of course, who have been leaving them, very recently. Hope you guys can see and hear everything okay. I don't have my phone, so I got no idea if the stream is working fine. So please do leave your comments. Let me just put the screen halfway so that I can see you guys here in the comments. All right, there we go. So yeah, so guys, very excited. Today we're going to be using this one, the DPVR E4. So we're going to use this VR headset, which is pretty cool. It's working relatively okay these days, I have to admit. But if you do have any questions, please do let me know in the comments, and I will for sure, answer any potential queries that you might have about this specific headset. This headset, of course, is available for 500 plus, US dollars. It's not super expensive. I have to say that this is a good barrier to entry for PCVR people, those who want to get into PCVR and why do you want to get into PCVR? And why not go for something like this, which is the Pico 4 instead of the DPVR E4? Well, let me tell you. First of all, personally speaking, I find that the DPVR is very convenient in terms of graphic qualities. Okay, I can't plug in the USB inside of the computer because, well, this is the thing with the Pico 4 that disturbs me, is the fact that I can't use the software of the actual Pico 4 to plug into the PC, because now this is because it actually interferes with some of my other software, including my video editing software, my Adobe Premiere, and also it makes my HP Reverb G2, which is this one here, this headset here. So every time I want to power this headset after I have the virtual assistant installed inside of my computer with the Pico 4, I can't power this headset. I have to basically remove the Pico 4 assistant software inside of the actual computer so that I can then use my G2, which is freaking annoying, and also of course my Adobe Premiere, and I think it bugged another one of my software, but I can't remember which one because I actually deleted that software as well, as I didn't use it anymore. So this is the issue. The other issue I have with the Pico 4, personally speaking, every time I use for PCVR, it's always touch and go. I always have a problem, so I have to either restart my computer or restart the actual Pico, but lately it seems to be getting better, I have to say, when I'm using it wirelessly with virtual desktop. Now, if you are going to use PCVR with a Pico 4 and you have virtual desktop or the wireless streaming software by Pico, if you're near your router or near enough your router, the graphics are generally pretty good. And also we've done a lot of sim racing with the next level racing rig, and also the G923 by Logitech, using the PC with the Pico 4. And you know, when we're close to the actual router, generally speaking, there's more or less no issue. Of course, there is some artifacting. There's no latency though. The steering wheel works pretty well, I have to say. So when you're trying to turn, it actually responds pretty well. It doesn't feel like there's latency. So with the G923, there's no issue. Even when I'm away from the router. So for example, here in the studio, we're about, good 10 minutes, sorry, not 10 minutes, 10 meters away from the actual router. Now tonight, by the way, I also have the camera. Let me just get rid of this. We also have the camera, so you'll be able to see me actually be able to use the steering wheel. We're going to try out the camera, and hopefully there's no issue. My computer can handle it and there won't be any issues whatsoever. And then, if there is any issues, I will simply have to, of course, turn off the camera, unfortunately, as I've had to do that with the DPVR E4 a couple times when we streamed Undead Citadel a few days ago, and also Half-Life Alyx. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep my DPVR E4 and also my camera software online, as it created some jaggy, some latency, and all those kind of different things. Alright guys, what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to the channel, and we're just going to read some comments from some of you. Alright, so this was the video about AMS2 VR keeps crashing with the Pico 4 live gameplay test. So yeah, so also the other reason why, by the way, I don't use the Pico 4 as my go-to VR headset for PC is because a lot of the games are still not compatible with it. So there also are some issues there. Now, so far with the DPVR E4, I have to say that most of the games I've been trying out are compatible. But when we do these live streams together, I haven't tried out the games. So it's going to be, we're going to discover together what issues they are, what problems I might encounter using my RTX 2070, which is a good medium build PC. And I think you'll really enjoy knowing what goes on with an RTX 2070, because of course it's 3-4 years old, and it would cost you less than €1,000 or $1,000 to buy with an i7 9700K, and also Hero Maximus 11 motherboard with some NVMe there. So, you know, I think it was a couple terabytes or something. So, you know, if you want to get into PCVR, you don't want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on something, then my PC is definitely the best alternative or barrier to entry into PCVR, because it's a very good solid medium build PC. But of course, these days there are better cards available, like the 3000 series and the 4000 series, which costs an arm, probably one of my kidneys. So, you know, but as I'm saying, the RTX 2070 is a good barrier to entry, solution to start VR. All right, so let's read some comments. So this was about AMS2 VR keeps crashing with the Pico 4 live gameplay test. Zachary8433 says promo SM. I'd like to know which one he means by SM, because I don't know what SM, which one is, which car sims is SM. Does anyone know? Leave a comment below. Let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I need to ask him which one is SM. My memory's gone. Okay, and I do read all your comments, guys. So do leave your, whenever you leave your comments, I will read every single comment that you leave. Everybody, I read everyone's comment. I don't necessarily respond to everybody's comment, because some comments can be a little bit weird, but I will generally respond if it's pretty positive or neutral or a question. But I do read all of them. Okay, the only one I don't read is where it says held for review, because generally speaking, it will have some rude things or some spam or something. So I generally never go in there. So very sorry if your comment doesn't make it to the board. It will automatically be deleted, so I don't even get to read them. Okay, so let me go back here. Pistol Pit said about the HP Reverb due to Bluetooth headphones versus Valve speakers, better audio. All this talk about comfort and sound quality is so misleading when it comes to built-in headphones on HP Reverb or Index headsets. I have Reverb G2 and sound from these is outstanding, but so what if I can hear my GPU fans while playing due to these headphones being 10 mm away from my ears? It ruins immersion completely. So it is true that on the HP Reverb G2, let me show you. Now, first of all, the actual speakers on this thing is amazing. They're very spatial, very 3D, and I have to say that I'm extremely happy with the actual speakers here. At the beginning, when I first sent it to me, there was an issue. One of them didn't work. Then they sent back a new batch. But it turns out that it must have been a software bug, because they did some updates at some point, and I've never had an issue with the speakers at all for 2 years now. So I have to say the speakers are very good. However, because they're not stuck on your ear, it's not an earbud, okay? It's a headphone, right? So yes, it's true. If the fans start to churn on your PC, on your GPU, then yes, you'll definitely hear it for sure. It's not like you're putting an earbud inside of your ears and then you're completely oblivious to what's around you. No. Of course, you can still hear what's around you, yes. But the good thing, though, is that other people can't hear you. So they're very silent, very personalized sound to you, and it doesn't disturb anyone else that's in the room. So I think that's very, very, very good. Now, compared to the speakers on the actual DPVR, the DPVR is a bit different because they don't have spatial speakers. These are the speakers, literally. They come out of a little hole here, and that's it. So there's actually no bass. I love the bass on the G2, but there's not much bass on this one. This one is more the treble. You'll hear the brightest sounds that will come out, but it doesn't sound like an iPhone. You know, for example, on an iPhone or on a Samsung S whatever technology model. Sorry, I'm not a Samsung. I don't know the Samsung phones, but I'm just saying that I have heard the Samsung phones, the latest ones, and also the iPhones. You know, it sounds very bright, very bassy, quite nice actually. It's not as nice on this. I have to say it's very basic. So what you can do is here, there's actually a headphone jack here, and then you could just plug in your earbuds or your whatever you want, and then just put it on your head. I would, with this kind of strap, I would generally put earbuds. That's just me. Maybe other people have preferences, and I wouldn't necessarily use Bluetooth because Bluetooth, there's still some latency with VR, so it's getting there. It's getting better, I have to admit. But you know, when you're turning or when someone bumps into you, when you're racing or something, the engine sound, or you know, the sound of other people's engines and things. You know, there might be some slight delay there, so it might actually impact your gameplay a bit. So I would definitely recommend to just put, you know, some earbuds or something inside of here. Okay, so you don't need a very long thing, and you don't need to plug in your computer. Otherwise, the sound that comes with it, yeah, it's fine, but it's not great. It's fine. It works just fine, but it's really, really not great. Okay, let's go and read one more comment, and then after that, we'll start the live stream. And I'll show you live, like what kind of software I turn on, and you know how it all works and how easy it is to get it working. Because that's what I like about the DPVR E4. It's extremely easy to make it work. Like you just plug it in and boom, you're in VR. Okay, let's read from him. Okay, so he replied. So his original comment was in regards to the 2022 custom VR HP controller binding settings. I'm still as confused as what I was before the video. Okay, for me it's the same, does nothing. Don't you have to assign left? Okay, so he was asking me whether he wanted to assign different actions to the left grip of the controller, because it actually creates the same actions on both grips for him. So I said yes, you can assign left or right. Okay, then he replied, I guess my question is, how do you actually assign the actions you want? Let's say I want a button to release a magazine clip of a gun in Pavlov for etc. So actually I did a video about this. So if it's not this video if it's not in this, sorry, I can't remember my own videos. I did more than 500 videos. This one I think is last year also. So if it's not in this video, there's actually another video, Guinea 54, and thank you very much for your comment and your question. There's actually another video that I did where I actually show how to do that. So just check it out. It's on the channel. It's there. I promise you it's there. And then you can go and look at that. So let me just tell him you can okay, let me just change. Okay, there we go. Oh, sorry, I had this camera on all this time. Sorry about that. Let me just bring that down. So yeah, so you can, I did a video about this. I did a video about this. You can find it on the channel if it's not in that video specifically. Okay, there we go. All right, so guys, so what we're gonna do now is I'm actually going to start the gameplay now. So what I do is I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the music. And actually I'll turn off the music when I'm ready. So let me switch here, and I'm going to show you exactly the things that I do. So normally what I do first is I go to the DPVR software assistant, which you download from the website. And by the way, the software, you might need to turn off your antivirus when you download it for the very first time, or it may not install. And this is, I mean, I have anti-Norton antivirus, and it didn't work. I had to actually, you know, I had to stop completely my antivirus. So I just want to very quickly just welcome everybody also. Welcome everyone. And please leave your chats, and please hit the likes, guys, so that more people get to see and join the actual live stream. They're really good because likes actually help to promote and boost the channel in the algorithm of YouTube. So please do that. And please, you know, leave your comments below. You know, let me know where you guys from. It's almost 11 o'clock here. I'm based here in Singapore. If you're in Singapore, hello to you. Or Malaysia, Indonesia, hello to you. And also, you know, hello to everybody else who's from everywhere else in the world, of course. So yeah, so let me go back to the software. So here we go. That's the software. And then let me just close this because we don't want that. And then the other thing that I want to do is I just want to make sure that all the software on my computer is not running, so that I can basically keep some, you know, keep some frame rates and stuff. And we're gonna get rid of this camera, the one, my Canon camera. I'll get rid of that one. Okay, is there anything else running here that I should get rid of other than the Canon camera? This I will get rid of. Okay, so basically just close any software from your computer. Just close it. Make sure you close it when you're using your VR headset. And there are other things that you need to do also. I did another video, like for example, you need to make sure you're not in gaming mode or something, or you don't have any auto things updating automatically behind, and all these kind of different things. Now the software at the moment says that it's offline, of course, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to plug in the actual headset, right? Test, test, test. All right, the microphone's still coming from here. All right, so let me go here. So now I plugged in the actual headset, so I need to switch it on. All right, so we switched on the actual headset, and now you see it says ready. So what I can do is I can go into the settings, and now the sound is actually being patched inside of my headset. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the sound. Where is it? Let me just find. Oh, here we go. It's here. All right, there we go. So now the sound has been patched from the actual headset, and I will do the adjustments a bit later as well. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the headset here, and I'm going to first of all I'm going to turn off the actual music now. There we go. I'm also going to switch off the Canon camera. There we go. And I'm going to switch off the software of the actual Canon camera as well, just to make sure it's off, so that it's not running in the background. Okay, there we go. That should work fine. All right, cool. And then what I need to do also before I go into Steam VR, so I'm going to exit Steam first, and what I need to do, now we're going to be running at 4K 90 Hertz, everybody, simply because basically, let me just change camera so you can see it. So we're going to be running at 90 Hertz because sometimes there's a little bit of discrepancy or loss of frames when I'm running at 4K 120 Hertz, just to let you know. So it could be because the game is not running at 120 Hertz, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we're going to be running at 4K 90 Hertz today. Maybe I'll change it later to 120 Hertz and see the difference, or I'll do it privately and then I'll upload a separate video. So do make sure you hit the notification bell, guys, after you subscribe, so that you don't miss all these videos that I will start to upload in the next few weeks, of course. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the microphone, and I'm going to change the microphone to the DPVR microphone. So let me just bring up the sound here first. Let me change the microphone. So guys, I'm just setting up. I'm just setting up the microphone, my play space. So I'm just bringing my mouse, and then we'll start very soon. And of course, you'll get to see the screen of the game and everything. All right, so just so that you guys know that, thank you very much to Next Level Racing for providing me the rig. The rig is very good. There's actually, where you put your wheels in here, there's like a clamp that you put the wheels inside. So basically, it's impossible to go backwards. It's just not possible to go backwards. So I really like that. And also, yeah, it's just a very steady rig. It's a very basic rig. It's a standing rig. And you can actually fold it, although you have to unbolt everything in order to fold it. But it means you can fold it. You can move it around, although it is pretty heavy to move around, to be honest. But at least you can fold it if you need to put it away, if you just want to use it once every few weeks, or whatever, or if you have friends around and you want to put it somewhere else, and because your original space is private to you, or maybe too small or something. So you can move it around pretty easily. You just need to unbolt the bolts and things, and then fold it, and then move it, and then bolt it up again, but without taking off. Just make them looser. You don't have to take off the actual nuts and bolts. And then also the G923 works really well with it. So I'll give you all my commentary and everything whilst we're actually playing the game. And if there's any specific cars you want me to try or something, then by all means, please do leave your comments and give me some suggestions or something. I am very sorry I don't have my other phone, so I got no idea if the stream is. I'm pretty sure the stream is working okay, but I can't see your comments right now until I will go back to YouTube later and then check all your various different comments. Okay, because I forgot to charge my other phone. So sorry about that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I need to, if I just go here to desktop, just to show you the process, what I actually need to do is I need to open the Logitech software first before launching the actual Steam. So let me do that now. Okay, and then hopefully there's no additional things to install. Okay, so there might be another wire I have to plug in. Give me a moment. All right, so just give me a little while, guys. I forgot to actually plug it in. I'm just looking for the cable. Oh, I found it. It's just here. All right, so the wheels you can see is working, all nice. So now all I need to do is launch Steam in the software. So I'm just going to bring this down like so, and then we're going to go back here. Okay, there we go. So just want to show you that now it's working because it's plugged in. So now it's working. There we go. Go here. And all we do is, now you can calibrate it and all these kind of things. Do go and check out the other live streams we did to learn how to set it up and all that kind of stuff. Let me just close this. And all we do is we click on this icon here, it says Steam. Right, so for me inside I can see things, so I just need to set it up very quickly. Game area not recognized, okay. So I just need to press some buttons. So it recognizes the actual
scan room environment. Please walk around the room or look around in 360 degrees until the scan is complete.
Okay, it wants me to look around 360.
Room environment scan completed.
Alright, so the room environment scan is
Confirm
completed.
ground height. Please look down to see if the virtual ground height is correct. If the height is incorrect, you can touch the controller on the ground to adjust.
Okay,
Press
so
A or X to confirm, or B or Y to reset.
Alright, there we go.
Ground
Confirm.
height has been confirmed.
So I'm just confirming the height and everything.
Game area is too small to walk. Press and hold the trigger. Continue.
Okay, so I just need to set up the game area.
Confirm ground height. Please look
Oop.
down to see if the virtual ground height is
there we go.
correct. Ground height has been confirmed.
And I just have to set up my game area.
Game area is too small to walk. Press and hold the trigger. Continue to delimit an area. Game area is too small to walk. Press and hold. Game area is too small to walk. Press and hold the trigger. Game area is too small to walk. Press and hold.
Alright, there we go. Okay, so let me just press on the button. Okay. So confirm, there we go. Alright, so I'm inside of Steam now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't know why I can see a VR headset over there. Just recenter my position. Okay, the current tracking is poor. Please adjust the orientation. Oh, okay, because I need another light, that's why. Okay. So plug it. Alright, so it's loading up. It says ready. Try to hold your head for 3 seconds, okay. Alright, but let's recenter. Okay, but we're not aligned. Firmware settings. How do I? Control C3. How do I? Okay, so sorry guys, I have an issue with my the height of my play space. So I'm just trying to find out. Let me just show you what I'm doing so you can see. So I'm just trying to find out how to reset my play space. Oh, room setup. Okay, it's here.
Scan room environment. Please walk around the room or look around in 360 degrees until the scan is complete.
Okay. So I just need to look around.
Room environment scan completed.
Okay, there we go. Scan completed.
Confirm ground height. Please look down to see if the virtual ground height is correct. If the height is incorrect, you can touch the controller on the ground to adjust.
Okay, there we go.
Press A or X to confirm, or B or Y to reset. Ground height has been confirmed.
Okay, so now I'm just doing my play space. Sorry you can't see me on camera. Okay. But for some reason the height is
Game area has been set up.
Ah, okay. It's set up now. Okay, now it's correct. All right. So I had to do it from there. Let me just turn on this light so we have enough light. There we go. No. All right, so I think the reason why I had these difficulties today is because I switched to the HP Reverb G2 the other day. So it basically redid everything from scratch for me. But if you don't have to redo everything from scratch, then what will happen is that it's literally plug and play. All right, so I'm just launching Assetto Corsa now. You will see it on the screen. There we go. Close this, bring that down, bring that down. Okay. So what I need to do is I just need to change the driver so I can hear it in the headset. Okay, there we go. And then let me just make sure that it's also the right driver for you. Yes, it is. So at the moment there's no sound. Let's go to main menu. And first of all, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a quick test. So normally everything should already be configured, so we shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with the wheel. Because my Logitech, if I'm not wrong, yes, it's already on. So normally it should work. So let's just start. So normally in VR, you don't get to see anything for a while, so you have to do everything on the computer. Okay, let me just recenter my view. Alright. So it's still loading at the moment. Alright. So let me recenter my view again. It seems that the car is not centered. Alright, there we go. Now we're in front. So, first of all, so guys, do let me know in the chat, you know, if there's any issue with the sound. Maybe just make sure the volume of my voice is okay. So if there's any issue with the sound, guys, please do leave a comment below. I'll check in about 5 minutes time, and we're just going to run a test to begin with and see, you know, how things work and if things are working okay. If there's too much jitter, however, I may have to if there's too much jitter, I will have to maybe turn off the camera. So hopefully there won't be too much jitter and I can actually play fine with the camera on. Otherwise, yes, I will have to turn off this camera that you see whilst I'm playing, and but never mind. So let's just do a test. Alright, so let me give you my initial thoughts just by being in here. First of all, the graphics are so far so good. I think compared to the G2 there is definitely some you know, some compromise a little bit, but I have to say that for things that are further away, but everything that is clear, for example, where you see the bridge, I can see the green flag, like the sticker kind of flags, Italian flags there, the green, white and red in front of me. I can see that, no problem, but I can't really read the text. I think it says Muello, M-U-E-E-L-L-O. I'm not quite sure if that's the actual text or not. But on the G2, I would probably definitely be able to read without an issue. I think there are slight jagged edges here and there. For example, with the man standing on the right-hand side, near the white banner. Where the yellow car, you can see the yellow car on the right hand side, not the left Ferrari, the F1 on the right hand side. A little bit of jagged edges there where he's standing on some kind of stage or something. And then, okay, I'm just trying to position my headset. And then what else? But other than that, yeah, I'm definitely getting some jitteriness here and there, I have to say. Is the wheel working? Okay, not yet, because I'm not started. Let me just put the controllers down. Okay, so you can see the wheel here. The texture of the wheel is not too bad, I have to say, pretty good. And then, but I'm definitely getting a lot of jitter though when I'm moving around. So, generally speaking, the jitter I get is because the processor of the actual DPVR E4 doesn't seem to be able to process my camera software when I'm streaming to the internet. So with OBS, there seems to be some issues there. So I'm definitely gonna have to remove my camera. So let me just do that right now. It seems to be better. Yeah, it seems to be better already. I'm not getting so many jitteriness. Move around a bit. Yeah, definitely better. Definitely much better. just wanted to make sure the camera was switched off. I'm still getting some jitter. That's possibly because I removed the camera as I'm in the game and I have to maybe restart the actual game, so let me do that. Okay. So I'm going to switch off Steam for just a few seconds. Steam VR to be open. I don't need Steam to be open also. So far it seems to be a bit better. Definitely less jitter already. So, but with the G2 and the Pico 4 I have to admit that I don't get so much jitter when I'm streaming. Especially with the G2. The G2 has a much higher processor, it seems, to be able to handle me when I'm able to stream. So. Okay, there we go. So let me exit the game. Yes. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to go back inside of Steam VR and relaunch the game. So one moment. Alright, so the game is relaunching. You'll see it come up on the screen in just a moment. So I launched the game directly from inside of the DPVR, by the way, inside of the VR headset. I don't launch it from the computer. Okay, so I can't delete my, I can't exit off Steam. It will, okay. Come on. All right, so let me do this one last time. Turn to game. All right, so I'm just launching the game once more. Come on. Can you quit? So I'm just relaunching Steam from the DPVR system because Steam didn't want to shut down properly for some reason. Alright, I can see Steam VR. So let me get the game. There we go. Assetto Corsa. Alright, let me launch it. There we go. It's launching from here. So it will launch in just a moment on the screen. Alright, so it's still launching for me. Okay, we'll just do a practice to start off with, just to make sure that everything's working okay before we do some races and stuff. Alright, let me just recenter my view. If I remember correctly, I can press the tab key on the keyboard also, right? Okay, let me just put my controllers down. And then I'll just use my mouse. Okay, there we go. Still getting some jitteriness, I have to admit, so never mind. Alright, my pedals are working, so that's good. And see whether anyone has said that the sound, there's an issue with the sound that I have to change. Give me one moment. Thank you very much, Ashwin, for your comment. Really appreciate it, and welcome to VR Essentials also. So in that case, let's continue. All right, I'll come back to the chat later, guys, and welcome to VR Essentials. Thank you for joining the stream today as we're doing some live gameplay with the DPVR E4 and Assetto Corsa. All right, let's continue. One moment. I'm just putting the VR headset back on as I took it off just now. Alright, there we go. So let's continue. So yeah, so if you see some jitteriness or flashing and things, then you're definitely going to need some good earbuds or headphones. Although because of the Halo strap, it might be a little tough to put the headphones on top. Alright, let me exit here. Did I put on the buttons that exit? Yes, I did. Okay, get my mouse. Okay, and then we'll do a race or something. Can I exit from here? No, I can't. Okay. Okay, there we go. So let me go to exit. But at least everything works, so that's good. You know, the wheel works and it's all compatible with the G923, which is good. And also with the next level racing rig. Okay, what happened? Oh, I'm in SteamVR home. Continue. Okay. So, return? Can't remember. Okay, there we go. So we can just do a race. And let's just do a quick race. And see how it handles things where there's actually more than, you know, me in the car on my own. Okay. So when the game is, when you exit and you go to the menu, what will happen in VR is you're actually sent back to Steam VR Home. Step 1. Alright, let me get my mouse. Let's go to race. Alright, let's see how it performs. 700K with the G2, the HP Reverb G2, I don't have any issues. Like there's no jerkiness, there's no, you know, no loss of frames when I'm, you know, when I'm streaming online at the same time. So it tells me that either it's either a software issue with the DPVR assistant, which is not, it's kind of struggling to talk with my other software, or it's a hardware issue and the DPVR E4 is not really equipped to be able to handle multitasking or multi-threading as well as an HP Reverb G2. That's basically what it's telling me. So I don't know which one it is, guys. I really don't know whether it's a software issue or if it's a hardware issue. Now the DPVR E4 tends to it's been said that it tends to heat up, but I have to say that so far for me it doesn't feel hot on my head. Now that's maybe because I'm wearing a cap. It's possible it's because I'm wearing a cap, so the cap is keeping the heat away because it's keeping the headset a little bit away from my forehead. It's possible. But it doesn't feel hot on my head, I have to say. It feels fine. No different to the G2 or the Eagle 4. No different. And also, you will hear the fan from time to time on the DPVR churning. But today it doesn't seem to be churning that much. I can't really hear it at the moment. So I don't know if it's because the sound of the car is louder than the headset, maybe. I don't know, but normally it's pretty obvious when the fan inside of the DPVR E4 is turning. You'll definitely hear it. It whistles. It's like a whistle. But so far it seems to be doing fine. Let me just wait for the cars to catch up a bit so we can see how it handles, you know, graphically speaking with the cars. And I hope the sound is still okay with the actual. Let me let it pass in front. Come on. Pass, let me. Alright, let's see how it handles. Okay, the car behind me is slow though. Let's see if I can catch up. And the G923 is very responsive. I get a lot of good haptic feedback, excuse me. And there's no latency with this headset and the actual wheel. It's so much fun. It doesn't seem to make that much of a difference when no cars appear on the track, to be honest. Let me know in the comments what kind of cars you want me to try, because generally speaking these are the cars I use, but I'm very open and flexible to trying out other vehicles. Sure. But no, everything's responsive, everything's working okay. I'm just getting a little bit of, you know, frame losses here and there because of because I'm streaming online, but it's not giving me motion sickness, which is very, very important. And the graphics are very good. So what I can do actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I can do it. No, because the camera is not working. I was going to do through the lens, but I'll have to do that separately. But for example, the graphics of the trees over there are very, very clear. I mean, the graphics are really not too bad, I have to admit. There's no screen door effect, first of all. And everything is more or less sharp, like very, very sharp. You just need to make sure your IPD is set correctly. Otherwise, you might feel that some things are not super sharp. The 200 over there, I can read it, but it is a bit blurry. The trees are a little bit, I would say, out of focus a little bit as well, but that's, I think, something to do with the IPD. Although everything that is right in front of me is, you know, completely clear. It's very, very clear, so I'm not sure if it's an IPD issue. I can read the text here also, so you know, model FA010, year 2010, 002. I can read the small text on the top also. Concorrezzo, MI Italy, www.tatus.it. So, you know, I can really read everything. The graphics are very good. You know, just maybe like, for example, the edges of the mirror, unless I'm this close, the moment I go here, it starts to jagger, so the edges start to jagger a bit. It's not, but when I'm here, when I'm this close, then, you know, it's perfectly straight. There are no jagged edges of any kind. The grill is perfectly fine. There's no jagged edges on the grills. The grills over there also are perfectly fine as well. They're very straight lines. Clouds are good. The sky's good. I mean, generally speaking, it feels pretty good in here. And the trick with this headset for me is to make sure that you're wearing a cap or a hat of some kind, because otherwise it's really not comfortable. So just make sure you wear a cap or a hat. And then also the cap and the hat will also help you to get rid of any light coming from the back. So that's quite important. When I wear the Halo without a cap or a hat, there's a lot of light coming on the back. And the other thing is that I can tell you is I've been using it now for, I would say, a good 10 or 15 hours. It's starting to feel like I'm actually immersed in the world as opposed to looking through a window. I was having this issue with this headset where basically I felt I was looking through a window as opposed to feeling immersed in the world. Now, after 15 hours, I'm starting to feel immersed in the actual world. So that's good. It means that the headset is starting to grow on me. The Halo hurts less as well, because it used to hurt me a bit. So my head, the Halo is taking the shape of my cap now, which is good. So yeah, so basically the headset is starting to take shape. It's starting to make me feel like I'm in VR. It's starting to make me feel like I'm more comfortable. But it has taken at least 15 hours. And it's still not there. It's just starting, okay? So, you know, just bear that in mind, that if you buy it for the first time and you wear it for the first time, you may not feel it's the most comfortable headset out there, but it does start to feel more and more comfortable as time goes by, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit again. I'm going to go to the settings and see whether we can fix some of these jagged edges things. So let me get my mouse. Okay, that's my mouse. Mouse is here. There we go. Go to exit. And we're going to go to the graphics section. So I need to remove my headset. Continue. Return. Okay. So let me just make sure that, yes. So, all right, let me just check your comments, guys, just to make sure that the sound was good. Again, or any other comments you may have left. So to go to here, here. Okay. Okay, comments, content. Okay. Engine is much louder. Oh, okay. Bring it minus 10 in that case. And okay, that's Greg. Cool. Thanks, Greg. Okay, so Alright, so we're just going to go into the graphics options. And let me see if there's anything I can bump up. Shadows, no, not really. We have OpenVR. Doesn't seem like there's much I can do, to be honest with you. So I think if you have a you know, a better graphics card, a 3000 series, or you have an i9 computer as well, which handles more threads, then you know you're definitely going to have a better experience than me, basically. Okay, so effects, depth of field, spin on ultra, overall effects quality. Oh, I'll just leave it there. Let's just put on default. Camera shake now. Okay. Let's go back. Let's change track. Let's go to this one, never ring. Okay, start race. Alright, so it's just loading now. Greg, thanks a lot for your comment. So I brought down the sound. So do let me know if it's any better. Hopefully it is. And let me recenter. Where's my controller? Here. Alright, there we go. Now you don't need a lot of light with this headset, by the way, which is good because it means that, like for example, at the moment I have two lights on, my blue one and my red one, which means that I can't really see under the nose because it's rather dark. So that's why it makes me feel much more immersed. If you're going to use this headset and you have a lot of light around, you're going to see a lot of light coming in actually. So especially from the bottom, and if you're not putting a cap on, you'll see the light coming in from the back. So I really recommend you don't have too much light when you're playing this headset if you can. Okay, so let's go here. Alright. Alright, so testing sound again. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's better now with the sound. And you can hear me as I talk. A pretty tough track. Are you guys F1 fans? If you are, I believe there's the Canada F1 Grand Prix this weekend, right? If I'm not wrong. It's a little hard to talk and to drive at the same time, it seems. But yeah, so basically, because I'm streaming, unfortunately, when I look on the side, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but basically, it doesn't feel super fluid. When I look at the people there, it'd be great if you know, someday they actually animate the crowd, and you know, as you drive past, you can hear the crowd cheering, you know, or something. I think that'd be really cool. So it feels like this track, compared to the other track, it feels like it feels like there's some caching going on or something like that. So yeah, definitely getting some. It's quite hard for me to drive actually because, unfortunately, as you can tell, maybe there's something happening in the background. I'm not quite sure. Let me just check my computer very quickly. So I'm just checking things. So hopefully, how is it setting at 20 hertz? So Janef97, thank you very much for your comment. I will check that in a while. So we're just doing some testing at 90 to begin with, just to see what's going on. At 120 hertz for this specific game, I haven't tested it out yet, so we can do that a little bit later. But hopefully the sound is good, guys. If you're watching right now, can someone just key down that the sound is okay, and then I can close this chat. I think the sound is okay, right? Oh, Greg, that's actually a very good question. So basically, well, I mean, the difference, of course, is the type of software that is developed, right? Because one software is developed. One software is developed by America, and the other software is developed by the Chinese. So I feel that Windows Mixed Reality is a little bit more steady, but I mean, when I mean steady, for example, playing in the game, with the G2, again, I don't know if it's a software issue or a hardware issue, but when I'm streaming online, I don't have any jerkiness with the G2. The G2 will work sublimely, no issue whatsoever. It powers through. I can do streams online with my RTX 2070 and my i7 9700K, but with the DPVR E4, I can't seem to be able to stream online and not have any jerkiness. So is it a software issue or is it a hardware issue? I don't know. It's really that simple. Now also the graphics that you see with the DPVR software is actually uncompressed 4K resolution software. With the G2 it is also 4K, so I guess both software here do absolutely the same. And also there will be some differences in terms of, for example, adjusting IPD. The DPVR, you have to adjust it electronically, but with the G2 you adjust your your IPD focus. I mean the lenses as to where they are vertically positioned, horizontally positioned to your eyes manually. So the DPVR software also, I can confirm, does not cause any issues with my other software. So there's no problem with my Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, Windows, Microsoft, PowerPoint, or even my G2, my HP Reverb G2 Windows Mixed Reality software. No issue whatsoever. It all works really good. So DPVR have done a good job on that compared to Pico from ByteDance, who create a lot of issues with other software. So I just don't have the Pico software installed on my computer. It's that simple. And I use Virtual Desktop to stream from the Pico 4 to the PC whenever I want to do PCVR. But there will be a lot of compromises in terms of the graphics, unfortunately. You won't get this kind of 4K uncompressed graphics that I'm having right now with the DPVR E4 or with the HP Reverb G2. So that's basically, I guess, the biggest difference. However, when you install the software for the very first time, as we did in the live stream before, and do go and check the live stream out, I had to disable my my antivirus because it wouldn't allow me. It basically deleted the DPVR Assistant installer every time that I installed it on my computer, so I wasn't able to install the actual software. So do make sure if you have this issue, you might have to turn off your antivirus for like 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, just to install the installer. And once it's installed, you can power your antivirus again, and there will be no issues whatsoever either. Oh, okay, great, no problem. So for the engine sound, it's all good. Yeah, I don't need to. Do I need to bring it down even more when I'm driving, or no need? Okay. So Janif97 says all good. All right, excellent. I use the video before, but I use my index for racing. Yeah. So with Greg again, good point there. So with the Pico 4, if I want to use virtual desktop, what I need to do is I basically need to be near my router. It's really that simple. But of course, even if I'm near my router, even though now the differences are getting more and more narrow because Guy Gaudin from Virtual Desktop is doing, and his team are doing an amazing job, at the end of the day, it is still compressed. I mean, you know, the signal has to go back to a satellite and then come back to your router. So there, you know, there's definitely, before it goes into the headset, so there's definitely some compromises in the graphics, but it is definitely getting better and better. However, the moment I'm away, like 10 meters away, I have a door closed, the wall in between, then unfortunately I have a lot of issues. So, you know, that's basically the issue with the Pico 4, which is the reason why it's not my go-to PCVR headset, especially for sims, but in general. But to be honest with you, if I did not have the DPVR E4, or I did not have the G2 at home, I would be perfectly happy with the Pico 4. I have to be honest. I would be perfectly happy. But because I'm someone who has tried the G2, I would just never use the Pico 4 for my PCVR unless I'm streaming content for you guys. I just don't use it, you know. And I don't use the standalone version because the graphics are just, I mean, you know, the PCVR version is so much better that I don't use standalone. But again, if I didn't have PCVR like I did when I had the Quest 1, I didn't have PCVR at that time, then of course, before the link cable came out, I only had standalone. I was very happy. So again, you know, it's ignorance is bliss, as they say, right? But at the same time, I have to admit that if I didn't have the G2 and I didn't have the Pico 4, I would equally be very happy with the DPVR E4. I think they've done a great job. It works very well with the RTX 2070 and the i7-9700K. So it just goes to show that if most people have a 3000 series or 4000 series graphics card, and most people have, let's say, you know, a good processor, then, you know, you're gonna be just fine with this headset. You know, just do make sure you go to their website first, check on the specs, you know, the kind of computer you need, the kind of CPU you need, and all these kind of different things before you go ahead and buy it. Alright guys, in that case, let's just continue to practice, see how we go. Hopefully I will be able to drive without too many issues. It seems to me like, I know, it seems to me like the computer, the headset maybe is trying to cache the track or something, I don't know, but I'm getting definitely some more jitter in here, unfortunately, because of the stream. So that's really, really unfortunate, as I never had this issue with the G2. So just to make it very clear, the G2 is more powerful than the DPVR E4. If you can catch yourself a second-hand G2 or a G2 on the market, go ahead and get it. Make sure you have the V2 version 2 cable though. But the only issue with HP is that they decided to, you know, get out of the VR realm. So if you have any issues with it, you know, just double check that you can still get warranty with it, that you can still get, you know, technical assistance whenever you need it or something like that, because if, you know, something goes wrong, then of course it's a pity if no one can help you at HP, right? So just double check on those things. Otherwise, the DPVR E4 is perfectly fine, and they also offer a 1-year warranty, and they offer, you know, they have very good customer service, I believe, and you know, they can help you. You know that they're there at the end of the day. You know that they're there, and if you have an issue, they can help you. All right, let me get rid of this. There we go, and let's start again. Guys, what is your favorite VR sims? I know that you guys all wanted me to show you either Assetto Corsa, or you wanted me to show you AMS2. we had a tie in the focus group. When you go to the VR Essentials channel and you go to community, the community tab there, we had a 50-50 split. So I literally had to take a coin and flip a coin to choose which one to show you guys today. And then next weekend I'll do another stream with AMS2. And we'll see whether we also have the same issue, you know, when I'm streaming online, whether without the camera on the recording, whether we also have any issues here as well. And also I will do a separate video where I'm not recording on camera or streaming, and you know, to let you know whether, you know, there are any issues in the game. But normally they shouldn't be, because honestly I haven't had any issues with any of the other games, so it should work completely fine. But I will let you know nonetheless. Especially this corner, there seems to be quite a lot of latency. It could be because there's a lot of people in the stadium, maybe, I'm not quite sure. I mean, not latency, jitteriness. Jumping, I don't know what's the technical word. It's always the same corner where the graphics start to go on me, and then it's very hard for me to take the corner. I believe this is the qualifying session, or I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to drive, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find another track, maybe a smaller one. Where's my mouse? It moves a little bit too much for me, to be honest. So let me just exit. Let me see if I can find a smaller track. Okay, return. And I will do a quick race also. I think race weekend is too long. Okay. I only have this track? No. Maybe we can try this. That's also international then. Okay. Alright, let's do that one. Hopefully it will be less things. Alright, so when I touch the headset, it is hot. It's true, it's hot. But I can't feel it on my face because I have the hat. Oh, I need to recenter. I need to recenter. One moment. Alright, so I'm just recentering my view. There we go. I can hear the fan now and then. It's not very loud though. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working better. Oh. me in the rear. Yeah, so here and there I am still getting some performance issues from time to time. I haven't driven these trucks before. Yeah, the field of view is pretty good, I have to admit. Compared to the G2, it's a much better field of view. I don't feel so tunnel visioned in here compared to the G2. I feel that the lens is the headset is much more open. Where am I going? I got no idea. Sorry about that. I got completely unfocused. Alright, am I going left or right? Can't remember. Okay. I'm back on the track. But I mean, the graphics are sublime, I have to admit. They're very clear. I just wish I could bring you the performance whilst I'm streaming. I think it might be time to upgrade, at some point. And the other thing I can tell you is the camera. Sorry, the camera. What am I talking about? The cable. Now, when I move the cable with my hand, there's no twitching or anything like that. So the cable is actually very steady. And let's see if I can change cars as well. Give you another car. The cable is very steady, and yeah, so far the cable is good. No issues with it. It's screwed into its components, so it's very, very good. It doesn't move around or anything like that. Okay, let me see what I can do. See if I can maybe take. Okay, we'll go back there. All right, let's race that. Let's change car and see. Alright, sorry guys, I was putting the facial interface back in, or I need to recenter my view again. So one moment. I don't know why I need to recenter every time. Okay, I'm in the car. So I'm definitely getting more jitter in here though, which is a bit annoying. Definitely getting a bit more jitter. And it seems my lens, one of my lenses is fogging up a little bit. So that's the first, and my forehead is definitely sweating a little bit. So I guess the VR headset is heating my head up a bit. So I'll stream for maybe another 15-20 minutes or something. And then I'll stop because I'm not sure if it's healthy to keep. I mean, the G2 heats up too, but I generally speaking don't sweat. I think it's also because the facial interface they use is a rubber one, so, and also it's quite hot in my room, I guess. I have the aircon turned on because I live in Singapore. It's very, very humid, but it does feel a little hot in my room, I guess. Okay, let's race. I don't want to exit. Well, this one seems to be noisier. Are we going almost as fast as the Formula 1 car? That's pretty amazing. Well, I really have to say that it feels actually pretty awesome to be driving this with this VR headset. I mean, this specific car. Where am I going? Oh my god, I keep thinking I have to turn. It's so bloody irritating. I have to say that I haven't driven any other cars other than the F1 car, and it feels pretty amazing to drive inside the interior of the car with the DPVR E4. It feels pretty cool. The graphics are just very good. So before we start the race, everything in front of me is super clear. The depth of field where my shoes are over there, although they're not moving right now, it feels like I'm really inside the car, and I mean, finally the headset is starting to feel an extension of me as opposed to me looking through a window. Yeah, it really feels good, and also because the field of view is not so tunnel vision compared to the G2. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I have to say that if I didn't have a G2, I would be absolutely fine with this headset. Even though, as you saw in Undead Citadel and also Half-Life Alyx, there are some graphical losses. I would say there's about 8% to 12% loss in graphics compared to the G2. But, you know, if the G2 wasn't around, or if it's not available or whatever, this headset would, would definitely be good enough to get for entry level into VR. Alright, let's go, go, go. No, not again. Okay, we go straight. I just find that it's very bright in here. The graphics are pretty bright, so I might want to dim it down a bit. Oh. I mean, if it wasn't for the speakers, it would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. It really feels like I'm inside the car. It's pretty amazing. G923 is very responsive, as you can see. Sorry about that. I just wanted to talk about the Next Level Racing rig. So the rig is actually pretty good, I have to admit. The only thing I wish, of course, for these kind of driving setups, it'd be good if I was able to extend the front even further, because I got a bit longer legs. So what would have been good is they give you this cradle where you put your chair inside of it, so your chair doesn't move backwards or roll backwards. It would be great if the arm could be slightly longer, like maybe 30 centimeters longer. I think that would be perfect, because if you're driving these kind of cars, you can see that the legs, he's basically lying down. But in real life, my legs right now are, you know, they're not so straight. They're, you know, they're bent. So it gives me a sense of disconnect sometimes, or like I'm lying down, but in real life I'm not lying down. So it'd be great if, you know, maybe in the next iteration of the Next Level Racing or something of this specific rig that I have, which is the stand, which you can put into. It'd be great if they could just extend the cradle arm so that, you know, it's longer, so it gives us more the impression that we can actually lie down in the car as opposed to being sitting in the car. I think that's what I was trying to say. Sorry guys, it's getting pretty late for me here, so just a little bit tired and trying to find my words a little bit. Also trying to change my driving style. I normally use one foot for both the accelerator and the braking, but I've been told that it's supposed to be better to use both feet, one for braking, one for accelerating, for faster reaction times. And I have to say that it's been really difficult for me to adjust to that driving style. I'm so used to, you know, using one foot for both. So it does change. It's like relearning the game from scratch in a way. It's pretty amazing. I'll get it in the next lap. Well, the other thing I can tell you about the sound, even though the sound coming from the speakers is really not great, it is still 3D sound though. So, like for example, when I hear the cars coming by, I can actually sense their position. So not only can I sense how far they are from behind, coming towards me, but I can also sense how far they are on the left or the right of my ears. So the sound is actually spatial sound. It's not just stereo sound. It's actually, it feels more like Dolby 5.1 sound than it does stereo sound. So I have to give credit to DPVR for having that effect in the speakers, even though, as I said, I mean, honestly speaking, you definitely do need good earbuds or headphones to put on your face, on your ears, excuse me, to get the best Sims quality as you possibly can. Compared to the HP Reverb G2, you don't need that. So let me just switch on the camera again, guys. Give me a moment. Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. All right, it's back. Good. All right, so just want to give you my final thoughts in terms of everything. Let me just close everything here. There we go. Test. Get rid of all this stuff. There we go. Get rid of that. Can end Steam as well. Steam VR. Boom. All gone. All right, good. Good stuff. Let me bring. Okay, camera's back. Oh, good. All right, nice. Cool. Awesome stuff. And let me just switch this on. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. All right. Let me go to properties. Change the sound. Okay, great. All right, let me bring it back down. All right, there we go. So, yeah, guys. So, just to give you my, my thoughts and also answer your queries, let me just go to the channel very quickly. Read your messages as well. Okay. All right, you guys can see your messages here. See if you had any other comments. Okay, so I believe, Greg, I answered is this Windows Mixed Reality like Reverb? Okay, I use video of my okay. G2 has index style sound. Yes, that's right, Greg. So basically the sound from the HP Reverb G2 has the speakers here. I showed you at the beginning of the video. So with this one, if I just change the okay, so with this one we have the speakers here, right? And these speakers are very, very powerful, and they really are very cool. These speakers, like really, really awesome, and they work very well. So honestly, very, very good stuff here for the G2. For the DPVR, as I said, the speakers are here. You can see the holes there. Here. So that's where they are. So there's a huge difference. It is still spatial quality, but unfortunately, you know, it's just not good speakers. You need to get the headphones, but they have the box at the back here. So you just plug in your headphone jack in here. In here, you can see the headphone jack input here. There you go. So you just put them there, and you see the box is not far, right? It's about 30 cm away from the headset. So you don't need super long cord. A short cord will do just fine without any issues whatsoever. Yeah, and there's a clip also here, so you could use the clip to clip your headphones, you know, and stuff. So that's pretty good. But yeah, do make sure to hit the notification bell, guys, after you subscribe, because I will upload videos soon to show you whether, you know, these issues are occurring live or they're not occurring live. Also, the jitteriness and the little, you know, things that I had whilst I was streaming. Normally, as I said, works absolutely fine, no problems whatsoever. But, you know, just to be double sure, with an RTX 2070, because I have other friends who stream with a 380, no issues. They have no issues whatsoever. Like, it works really good. So I know that with a 380 or 360 or 370 Ti or and a 99, it works really good, really well. So it could just be, you know, an RTX 2070 thing, you know, is perhaps really what's going on here. Yeah, and don't forget to smash the likes, guys, so more people get to see and view the stream as well. That'd be really cool, guys. Really, really awesome. So yeah, let me see if there's any other questions. AMS2 is easy to run and perform. Yes, it is. It is great in VR. Very true. Personally speaking, I prefer AMS2 than Assetto Corsa. The only thing that I prefer with Assetto Corsa compared to AMS2 is the multiplayer mode. Because in Assetto Corsa, me being in Singapore, my time zone is different to mostly in Europe and America. So AMS2 is a little bit harder for me to find players to play with online, to be honest with you. Unless I have a group of friends I know and then we invite each other. But I don't really know anyone around here in this region who play these kind of things. So, you know, to be honest with you, it's a great shame that the community in Southeast Asia anyway, or Asia, isn't so big compared to compared to America or Europe, for example. Japan is not far away. There's supposed to be a good community there. It's only 1 hour more ahead of us, but still I can't find them. It's really, or maybe they play privately. I'm not quite sure. Very possible. I don't know. But yeah, with Assetto Corsa, however, I can always find players to play with online, and I love to play online. So with other people. So that's why I tend to play more Assetto Corsa than AMS2. But I do prefer AMS2 simply also because of the tracks. There's so many available from the get-go compared to Assetto Corsa. You have to keep buying the different DLCs to buy the different cars, buy the different tracks. With AMS2, like for example Monaco, I love racing in Monaco. And there isn't this track in Assetto Corsa. I probably have to buy it, or I don't even know if it's available. It should be, I'm sure it is. But you know, the tracks are quite limited, I find, in Assetto Corsa, unless you buy all the DLCs, or you get them free somehow, you know, I don't know. But I'm just saying that, yeah, so that's why I'll play Assetto Corsa more often. But yeah, guys, so what I'll do then is I'll do some through the lens footage as well. I'll try to do some YouTube shorts and show you some through the lens footage as well. You know, so do make sure you hit the notification bell after you subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on all this potential footage that will come out in the next few weeks, for sure. At the moment, I'm trying to focus on live streaming more than, you know, than pre-recorded content. I think it's nice to spend some time with you guys and grow the community that way than to grow it the other way. But anyway, YouTube does seem to prefer pre-recorded content for views than live streaming. So yeah. Alright guys, well basically I'm going to... It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here now, so I'm going to stop the stream. I've been streaming for 2 hours, and it's been lovely to spend some time with you. And let me see where the stream is. Oh, okay, alright, it's almost there. So guys, until next time, take it easy. Thank you very much for spending some time together. Thank you for watching the replay as well, as many of you do that, so thank you for that. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will read your comments in the next live stream. We're going to have Steve Knows come to the channel, guys, in a week's time, so that's pretty cool. We're talking to the Between Realities guys who probably come on board to do a stream together in July. And also I'm talking to some developers, the guys from Hubris, and also the guys from Ante Citadel, and a whole bunch of other people as well. So hopefully we'll get them on the channel within the next 2 months. So that will be really cool. So guys, plenty of awesome live streams coming very soon. So yeah. Alright guys, take it easy. I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now. Bye bye bye.